Little bit of morning maintenance.
There you go.
So the bracket's sort of coming around. Interesting. So those brackets, they do actually break off in a line across where the screws are eventually.
Oh,
but that one looks quite strong because it's stainless. And this must be about what, 3 mil thick or something?
The GME
2.5.
Sorry.
Yeah, quite strong, but just not strong enough for the sand flag as it seems. Just crank it a bit more, you reckon? Or?
Yeah, and the other one a little too.
Eventually, when the sand flag pole comes around and touches the bracket and the bull bar, it won't be able to bend anymore. As long as it's So we found a nice camp on the side of one of the clay pans, or call it the lake if you like. Last night, just on the way back, just started our trip slowly back from POEPPEL Corner back towards Birdsville. Just on the west side of the main clay pan near the corner. So started off with that sunrise. You can see the moon at the top going up, sort of thing, or well, you know what's moving, not the moon, but anyway, you know what I mean. Bit of feedback on that sand flag. As expected, it did probably twist a bit and also bend, so just too much load, the sand flag, for a bracket like that, although he did choose one of the stronger ones. Not strong enough, so just sharing those experiences with you also. We're just going to cruise along the side. Now, we did a bit of testing yesterday on the lake. I don't know if I included it in the last video, but there will be a last video. I'm not sure how it ended, and there will be a next video. This one started with the sunrise and the scenery, cruising along here in the morning. It's beautiful. Heaps of flies out here. Don't forget your fly nets or your aero guard or whatever you want to use, or cover up with whatever system you've got. Hey, let us know in the comments what's your, when you got it in an area with a heap of flies, what's the best system that you use or have come across. Besides, obviously, we do things like, if you're staying a bit longer, set up a gazebo and put the fly net around it and all that. It's something that you can do. Anyway, we're gonna cruise it. Okay, so we're going across the clay pan again. Second start, diff locks on, VSC everything off, ready for action. We need to be ready for action. Overnight, we haven't got the heat or the sun that's on it that dries it up. Now, it should be fine, okay? Should be fine. Famous last words. This side was the good side, I know. The other side is the side that could get sloppy. So we're going to video going across in case we do an all-for adventure. We're on about 16, probably cold even. Yeah, it's probably under 15 psi actually. They were 16 at the front hot and about 18 at the rear, so probably more like about 13 and 15. This side, you can see it's nice and flat. That's where we're having a muck around yesterday. You can see our tracks on the left there, possibly. Sorry about the sun, you get that. From here was the only time that we had a play. We could see the exit where we're headed, but yeah, the low ground is over this side. You can see the water. Well, you may see it as we get closer. So a little bit of excitement, possibly, probably not, but like I said, you never know. These things happen by surprise. After a bit of testing on the clay pan yesterday, and some thought, as I said, no sun and heat overnight. Moisture can have a tendency to come up into the ground that was there. Obviously, if a vehicle made it over, it's probably going to be fine. The problem we got here is also, see, I just want to do a bit of testing anyway. We'll sit up on the side of it. We can always drop in if need be. It's always going to be soft on top. See, there's even some water sitting over there. I'm going to go left side here. Oh yeah, a bit soft there. Oh, a bit soft there. Just take it slow through here. So this is where it's really rutted up, but so you don't want to sort of crack through it, and you can see some people have flown over it. Just want to take it. Could be the worst of it around here, either side of us. If you went to cut a new track, it would be a lot more fun than staying on this dry stuff. So, but sometimes you got to one way to find out. It does look very dry on top still, so we're not going to have panic stations at this stage. But after that little feeling off the side, I'm like, we'll stay here for now. As we get closer to the edge. Closer to the edge, believe it or not, can be where the action happens. Typically on salt lakes and that, out is where it's firmer. Around the edges are the soft areas, the first maybe 10, 20, 30 metres. But this is looking good, yeah. So the concern was, yeah, the moisture. There's moisture either side of it, there's puddles, and so it is damp underneath. We're just scraping the bash plate a little bit. So to give you an idea of the depth of what's going on. Now it's starting to look drier here. Yeah, that's definitely a bit of work when you get out of the ruts, I can tell you. And it's wet underneath it. So staying on the dry track was, as expected, the best option. And we're basically clear. Sorry, hard to hold it steady while maximum zoom by hand. He's stopped. He's figured out what I said about the damp part at this side. He's going, yeah, I think I will put in low range just in case actually. I think is what's happened. We'll go a bit closer. It's drying up nicely. Been following these dingo tracks. I've been following the main track for many kilometres. This would have been a bit of a slosh pit a week or two ago, particularly right here. What do we got here? Q20. 4 vehicles headed east at Q20.
Neutral.
Another awesome day, 29 degrees already at 9:43 a.m. I don't know if that's the right time, you know. Like I said, we keep changing states and time keeps changing. One phone's got this time, one time's got the other. Pretty sure, no, I think that's right, 9:45. Pretty sure that's Queensland time. Where are we? Yeah, we're in Queensland now. Just thought I'd video going through this little valley between the dunes. Nice little spot. Get out and get a few photos of the sorry about the corrugations. Give us a bit of a shake up. Not too bad, but yeah. This dune doesn't look that exciting, so we won't waste your time with it. Dingo's still travelling. Have a look at that view, eh? Bloody awesome. Love it. Beautiful. Wow, man, look at this one. Look straight up. Look straight up. Not a big high one, but it's a bit sharp at the end, so it won't be a problem. The sand, because of the rain, the sand is quite firm. Shouldn't be a problem anyway. Like usual, a very easy dune crossings on this trip.
Flat way between two, so we might swing around here all this gone far.
Clear to come over. Clear to come over. Sand dune, you know, another little sand dune. Just that little top bit, the wind's been blowing that way, the prevailing wind, sharpen it off. So funnily enough, you know, they'd say crossing the Simpson, the easy way was going from west to east, and the hard way is from east to west. On this run, I'd certainly disagree. The run up from the east to the west is quite smooth, and you just slowly, as you get to the top, just slowly drop off that. Now both ways are easy, don't get me wrong, but if that sand was soft, it's rougher up coming up, you know, because I think that's the way most people usually do it, you know, and they're towing and bouncing around and all that, instead of just letting a bit more air out and not towing or whatever. So it's usually a rougher ride coming up from the west to the east, and then people are rolling down, so it's pretty smooth. So that's what we've found. It is smooth going up. You've just got that little drop off where the prevailing wind has sharpened off the edge of that, of those dunes. And we've got all these sorts of obstacle areas here and there to navigate through. And it's obviously not really much sand, it's more like some other type of dirt clay business, right? You know, clay pans, bit of a mix here, it's not a clay pan, but anyway. Bit of fun in that bog hole. Bit rough going around, but probably better than getting bogged or muddy unnecessarily. Although it does look like fun, I totally agree. It does look like fun. So, you know, if you had a car that you didn't care about it as much, or you didn't mind a lot of cleaning, then you could just go for it. Well, we may as well video going down through Air Creek. Quite washed out over there. Let's have a look down here actually. I can't remember what was, you know, the washout's on my right, so that's cool. A little bit of water in the creek upstream. Down's dry. Some people can't sort of tell clearly this is Air Creek. That is Air Creek. Definitely Air Creek, no doubt about it. This is the first dune headed east after the Air Creek bypass, just near the bypass. No cars anywhere in the view, that's a bonus. body of water, we'll call it. A body of water. Down in between these dunes. Very green out here. And normally the track would go straight down through there. And there's probably a few different bypasses, but we'll just follow the main bypass, which is very well used at the moment. You can see it's like the main track. And there's a dam in the middle of the track currently. Billabong. A billabong. Yeah, mate, you're all good.
As long as we're over, we know we're good. Yeah, right. Is that an eagle up on the left to a circle?
Guess what? Another sand dune. 4 cars heading east. Like a footy oval, it's like a cricket pitch, isn't it? Getting closer to Big Red, shouldn't be too much longer. Go past a bit more water. Lots of different patches of water around. You just got to love it. Every time you pop over one of those dunes and see that view, it's just beautiful. It's like a double banger, that sand dune. You go up and then you've got a flat spot and another crest. Oh, that's Big Red. That is the big boy over there. So you can see what they call Little Red. You probably can't see in the distance. We'll get across there. Once you come across that double banger, you're looking at Big Red. The Big Red truck. Straight ahead is the main track, and you can see there's a number of different options, and the one on the, which one were we going up yesterday? Let me see, the middle one or the one on the hard left? Hard left actually, yeah, the middle one looks like someone started playing on that. So we are going to get set up. Okay, ancient landscape, all drivers must use defined track only. Help protect natural environment, pristine wilderness, and plants. Please take your rubbish with you. No camping. As we approach Big Red, what most people do at this point is wind it up to about 100 kilometres an hour and prepare for a very rough ride. And that might work to an extent, but you just need to keep traction, don't you? So now it's the one on the hard left that we're going up the other day. Looks like someone else has started having a crack at the second one from the left and the third one, so there's a few there. So perhaps we should go up the easy way first to make sure nobody's up there. How's that for an idea, right? Here he comes. Not quite. Now you got to reverse down, Big Red. This is where you got to make sure your reversing skills are good. It's not going anywhere at the moment. Look at that. Put your locker on.
It is.
Front or rear? Oh, both rears. So you haven't got a front locker. This is where you want a front locker. Front's the go in these. Anyway, I'll give you a push. We haven't got this one off yet. Nah, lost it on the turn. Bugger. Okay, so up the easy side, we're going to drop down them a few more times. On 12 psi, it normally does pretty well here, but you can keep letting your tyres down until you get up there, but at the moment it's hard enough to get up this line, apparently.
Eastbound Q2 times 1.
Oh, so close. Made it. Okay, let's go for it. That is floored in the piddly 275cc. It ain't gonna do it.
How come we didn't make it?
Because the piddly 2755cc is a pedal box. And we're probably on 12 psi, not low enough. But yeah, not happening. So we're going to give it away for the little 2755cc on 12 psi. Only the standard way up Big Red will get the job done. It's pathetic.
Everyone's at now.
We're going to pump up the tyres a bit too, so if you could help me, that would be awesome.
I'm just gonna stay.
Put your hat on. Another little bit of information, as always, included. We're up on top of Big Red in 37 degrees. It is smoking. We've been working the engine. It's hot under the bonnet, and the compressor's under there. It's hot as anything, and people said, oh, that won't work, it'll get too hot. So I just want to demonstrate pumping up all the tyres here on top of Big Red in the hottest of heat after working the engine with the hottest of engine bays, and it works. Okay, so that concludes our Pebble Corner back to Big Red video and all the information you need with a bit of entertainment. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give us the thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, turn the bell on. We've got better videos coming your way. We're going to head out of here back to Birdsville, and there'll be another video coming, so don't forget to subscribe. See you guys, thanks for watching.